Hello. I hope you and yours are safe and healthy. There are some nasty bugs going around. In fact, some of you have discovered the hard way. I hope all of the sick are recovering, and please let us know if we can serve you in any way. If you weren't here Sunday, you missed a great day. Our 37th annual Super Sunday lunch was a smash. We had our fill of 27 delicious soups, plus bread and desserts aplenty. Our youth helped bust tables, and a Cracker Jack kitchen crew made everything run smoothly. Our thanks to all who helped in any way, and to all who attended. Best of all, you contributed $1,400 for Fifth Street Ministries. So, combined with the proceeds of the oyster roast just 3 weeks ago, together we've raised over $10,000 for agencies which help our brothers and sisters in this community. That's tremendous. So again, thank you. Our readings and music Sunday focused on the theme of call. Jesus invited Peter and James and John to cast their nets into the deep water. But as I mentioned Sunday, Jesus didn't ask Peter to be anything other than who he was. He called him to live into the depths of his own life. So to hear call described that way may beg for us the question, so okay then, who do you think you are? Now a lot of times that's a rhetorical question meant to put someone in their place, but it can be a serious question too. And it's the question people explore with therapists for years, or it appears on college applications and it begins interviews. Jesus, knew who he was. In John's gospel, he identifies himself using 8 metaphors in what are called the I am sayings. I'm the good shepherd, the gate, the vine, the way, the truth, and the life. And he called himself the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. He was the one Simeon had recognized as the light to enlighten the nations. And he lived that way. The law said, don't touch anybody with a skin disease. It might rub off on you. Jesus touched a leper and said, I choose to make you clean. The rule said, don't mingle with sinners. Whatever they have might rub off on you. Jesus ate with people of ill repute, saying, God desires mercy, not sacrifice. The tradition said, important people need important positions and important titles. Jesus said, here's lesson number 1. The greatest among you will be your servant. In Matthew's version of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says that we too are light, and we're also salt. We need to hear this clearly. Jesus doesn't say, be light, or if you do this, you too could be salt. But you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. That's who we are. Those titles are part of our identity as followers of Christ. When we follow, we will never walk in darkness, but we'll have, and I'll add, we'll bear the light of life. Now, from our vantage point, among his hearers on that hillside, we might look around and wonder if he's addressing us, and hope it's someone else. They are the light of the world, not me. All I carry is this small baptismal candle I received as an infant, and I can barely find my way through the dark, let alone light the way for someone else. Yet we do, with God's help. As I said Sunday, God doesn't require a perfect messenger. Despite our shortcomings, we are salt and light. And as intimidated as we may be by this responsibility, our faith demands that we live that way. And I'm so grateful that we are illuminating and seasoning this part of God's world. By God's grace, our fundraising efforts are feeding the hungry, sheltering the homeless, clothing the naked, and comforting the afflicted. We're living into our identities as salt and light as we stand up and speak for the poor, the oppressed, the immigrants, and the marginalized for whatever places them on the fringes of our society. Being salt and light doesn't permit us to stand apart from the world, but requires that we help shape it. We're teachers, students, nurses, doctors, corporate executives, bankers, investment counselors, factory workers, small business owners. We're everywhere, with God's help, acting in ways that uphold justice and support the common good. Sunday was a great example of how Jesus challenges us not to become something we're not, but to become who we really are. Reflections of our true identity, the one received at our baptism. Reflections of Him, holding the candles we received so long ago. We're the light of the world and the salt of the earth. See you soon.